What's going on, everybody? It's Jonathan. Happy New Year. I hope everything is going well for you. In our first review this year, we are going to be reviewing the Empire Ear Raven. I just got these in. I want to see, do they still blow me away like they did at Can Jam when I first heard them? So this is our first review of the year. I hope you enjoy, and let's go. Before we start this video, I wanted to mention a few things. Well, one is thank you for all the new subscribers, the likes, the comments. Keep them coming. It's awesome. Number two, I'd like to mention that everything that I review on this channel, I purchase myself. I try to find open box deals. Some things I have to buy new, and once I'm done with them, then I sell them on eBay, some for losses. But then I take that money and buy more stuff to review. So I didn't want you to think that people send me stuff and I'm skewed to saying nice things. No, I'll tell you how I feel. And like I think on most of my reviews, I will tell you that everything has a different sound signature. And even if it's a sound signature that I'm not in love with, someone will be. And I like to show them that, hey, this product might be what's down your alley. Even though it's not my cup of tea, that's fine. That's the way it should be. Number three of the sure things is that if there's any chance that you can go and listen to something before you purchase, do it. I would have never known about the Empire Raven, or actually would have probably not gone the IEM route, which a lot of our reviews have been, if I hadn't gone there and realized how amazing some IEM sound. And it was there that I just kind of walked by. I wanted to try everything, and I saw Empire Ear, and I heard the Raven for the first time. I listened to the Legend Evo X first, and then the awesome people at Empire Ear were like, hey, check out the Raven. This is our new one. And it was one of those moments that my mouth hit the floor because it was just such an explosive, amazing sound. So just if you can, try to check things out beforehand before you purchase, because it makes it much easier, because sometimes it's really hard to look at graphs, charts, listen to what other people have to say about something without hearing it yourself, and then just blindly buying and being disappointed and then having to return. Just a few things I wanted to throw out there before the video started. Let's get to the unboxing. So to start the unboxing, here we have the front of the box, and we have up in the corner here the launch edition, which these are. I didn't realize that there was a launch edition until I ordered them, so that's pretty cool. Then you turn this over, and you'll get more information about the Raven itself. So let's slip this off and see what we find inside. All right, so here we go. So it's a nice, sturdy cardboard box. Then you've got a nice magnet here. You flip this up, and inside you will find your beautiful launch edition Ravens. Difference between those and the regular Ravens is that the regular Ravens have a black faceplate, and these have the shiny gold. And that looks really, 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 really nice. Now, they are magnets for thumbs, so luckily I'll show you later that you actually get a cloth to wipe them off. So you have this nice pad. It's a very nice pad, so you can put your IEMs on there. And then once you lift that up, you see here, you get your carrying case, which is a very nice carrying case. It's made of leather, and it's very, very, very sturdy. In here, you'll find the leather cord holder, and it's got the Raven emblem on it. It looks really, really nice. And then it has Empire here. So it's really, really nice. So then, close this up, open it back up. You'll also get your guarantee that these are Empire Ear Ravens. It's a nice metal card. And in here you'll see you've got your cord attached. And you've got that symbol there. You've got upside down, but the Empire here. And you'll also see that Empire's on the top of the cord, right by the IEMs. Put this back down. You go onto this side, the left side, and you will find this nice little envelope. And inside, we'll have the thank you card from the founders of Empire Ear, which is very, very nice, and their signatures. And you'll also have a quick start guide for your IEMs. There's also another pouch, this left side. And in this, very much like the main box, nice little magnet, you'll find your ear tips, which are final Edge Style Series, the Type E's. And you'll also have a cleaner inside with a brush, and then the part on the back where you can clean the inside, which is nice. You'll also get your cleaning cloth, which has Empire on it. And included with the launch edition and this little leather pouch is a coin that actually shows what number your launch edition is. So this is 179 of the 400 launch edition made. So it's a nice little extra piece which is kind of classy. So that in itself is the unboxing of the Empire Ear Raven. So what is the Raven? It is Empire Ear's flagship IEM. It retails for $3,599 and is known as a quad brid, which means it has 4 different types of drivers in it. There are 12 drivers total inside, so let's dive in deeper. It's got the dual W9 subwoofers and also the bone conducting. So that's 3 of the drivers. Then you've got 5 of the balanced armature drivers for the mids, and then you also have 4 electrostatic tweeters for the highs. So again, 12 drivers within it. Some additional features and technology within the IEM. You'll find a polymer acoustic stage between the shell and the plate that elevates vibration for unmatched acoustic reproduction, which is called HRC. There's also the Sync X crossover that marries 4 distinct driver technologies, ensuring that max performance for all 12 drivers. You've got the EVEC MK2, which ensures optimal timing and phasing and control between the ESTAT and the bone conduct. You also have the ARC system, which stands for Anti-Resonance Control Technology, that targets specific internal components, aligning flawlessly with the HRC and eliminating unwanted vibration and flex. One of the cool ones for me is the dual triport exhaust. So lots of times when you're listening to an in-ear, you're trying to get that really good fit in there, and it can cause pressure, especially when you're listening to music. Well, this alleviates all that pressure by letting all the excess air out, and it allows for you to really truly enjoy a longer listening session without feeling like there's pressure building up in your ear. Let's talk about the cable you get with the Raven. It's a very good looking cable. You have the Empire name on where you plug in. You also have it on the little middle part, the chest part, and you also have it where you connect with the earpieces. It is a collaboration between PW Audio, and it's a very good and stable cable. I like it a lot. Haven't had any memory issues. I haven't had any microphonics or anything like that. So very happy with the cable and the way it looks. Let's compare size as well. So the Raven is a very large IEM. In this video, you can see that I have the Hexa on the left. I've got the Unique Melody MESC MK2, a lot to say, in the middle, and I have the Raven on the right. And as you can tell, especially between the Hexa and the Raven, it's a very large IEM. It's not a heavy IEM. I haven't had any issues with it being too heavy or uncomfortable in placement, but I will note that it does have a kind of a medium-sized snout. So in this video, you can see the difference between it and the Hexa, which also has a medium-sized snout. So if you have a small ear canal, it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but for me, I haven't had any issues with comfort and have gotten a really good seal every time I put them in. So let's get to the most important part. Do they sound as good as they did when I heard them at Can Jam? Well, a lot's happened since Can Jam. When they first introduced them, there were a couple of failure issues, specifically when people were taking the pins out and putting them back in, and it caused the shell to crack, and it was very tight inside. Empire Ear had to go back and redesign the shell a little bit. What I have now are the revision of the original Raven. They're going to be 400 of the launch edition, and then they're going to be the rest that come out. So the launch edition, of course, has the gold shell, and the rest will have the black shell. So I have the revision, and even one of the co-founders stated that the bass is a little bit different from what they've heard in critical listening, and it's supposed to be better. I heard the original Raven, and now I have the revised Raven, and I've got to say, nothing has changed. I'm still blown away, and I actually cannot believe what I'm hearing from such a small little device. I'm an older guy. Thinking that you've got all those little speakers, in a sense, inside that IEM, they all work together and they produce music in such an amazing way, just kind of blows my mind. The first thing that I noticed when I was at Can Jam, and it's just so good, as a bone conductor. It was made for hearing aids back in the day, and what it does is kind of gives you that body experience. Let's start off with the bass. The bass is extraordinary with these. It's one of those cool things, much like the Theaudio Monarch 3s, which I loved about, and that review's coming soon because I love that IEM. When the bass is needed, it's just thunderous. And then I call the bone conducting the cherry on top because you actually feel it. One great track to hear that is the heartbeats before in Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. You just do, and it actually makes you feel like your heart's beating, but it's someone else's heart. It's a really cool thing. So you get amazing sub bass, you've got amazing mid bass, something like T-Pain Drinking Partner, where you've got that bass thump, but you've got that sub bass coming in. It's just extraordinary. But what makes them really good is that it's not a bass heavy. So if you're listening to something like Man Facing North from Yellow Jackets, you've got the bass and the female singer singing along together, and it's delicate, but you hear the all the detail in the bass and the bass player. It's amazing. So it's got this amazing bass, but it also has these amazing mids, and it also has these amazing trebles. Not all of it is, nothing is overpowering the other. So if you've got a thunderous bass track, you've got all the mids there, and they sound glorious. You have this separation. If the track calls for it, the sound stage is there, but it's just all separated in logical spaces. It's clear, there's space between everything. And listening to something like Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart, her voice, you can hear all the detail in her voice, but you can also hear the emotion in her voice. Or something like Phil Collins' Take a Look at Me Now. I don't think that's the name of the song, but you get what I'm saying. Whenever there's a singer and there's a lot of emotion in the voice, you hear it, you feel it, you sense it. It's like this IEM with the sound that it produces can take you through all the emotions, and it's amazing how it does so. The treble is really, really good, where it is there, it's present, it's clear, it's detailed, you get the airiness, but it's not overpowering in a sense where it's sibilant and you just can't take it. No, I can listen to these for a long time. Now, again, this is all my opinion of the Raven, and everybody's ears are different. But for me, everybody's always talking about the Endgame. Is this your Endgame? Could this be the last thing you hear? Would you be happy? Bottom line, we listen to these products for music. We're all music lovers, right? And this is the first time, well, maybe the second time, because there have been a few other products that have come close to this, but this is the first time that I've listened to something which has allowed me to truly, truly, truly enjoy my music. And I love this, what we're doing here. We're reviewing audio product, because what it's allowed me to do is go and listen and hear new song, new music, enjoy different genres. And I gotta say, with the Raven, it's just awesome for doing that. I have just love, like Tidal will sit there and say, here's your new track. Here are 10 new tracks for the day. Listen to these. Put the Ravens on, fire it up. Might be different music that I'm not used to listening to, but I've enjoyed everything with it. I've gone from classical, jazz, blues, country, everything. I like listening to all types of music. I think music's awesome. And it's just enhanced every which way I like listening to music. I like how when the bass is supposed to be present, it's there. Polyphia and Staccato with their guitars, the way it presents it, just everything. It's just a very good sound, very, very, very good sounding IEM. So with that being said, I have only one thing that is annoying about it. I know the new ones, and this has nothing to do with sound, which is kind of crazy because it's not a nitpick. I got the first batch, which still has these shiny faces on them. And I know that they're putting a sheen over the second batch of shinies, and then the black ones will also have kind of a matte finish to them. Keeping these things clean is nearly impossible, but with the way they sound, I don't care if they get scratched up because they sound so good. So bottom line, I am very happy with what I first heard at CanJam and what I hear now, because it's an excellent sounding IEM. I like how everything is present where it feels like there's a balance. There's not too much bass, there's not too much treble, there's not too much mids. They're all there, they're present, such a great IEM. So what I buy? For everybody, this is going to be a different question. For me, it's a yes, because I like the way that they sound. But again, $3,500 plus tax is a lot to swallow. We all sit there and talk about what's our end game, what could be the final one, are we done? And for me, there were 3 headphones that I felt that way with. One being this one, the other being the Empyrean 2, and I also like the Monarch MK3. It's a very great sounding IEM, and it's also one that I'll be doing a review on soon. But back to the Raven. Is it something that I personally would buy? Yes. Should it be something you would buy? That's up to you. That's if you like the sound signature of it. It's very important, especially when you're talking about kilobuck IEMs, to be able to go and hear them and see how they sound and if they're agreeable with you. Because I've noticed with these very expensive IEMs, they all have very distinct sound, and we all have distinct taste. And if you can combine those two, which I feel like I did with the Raven, then it is a match made in heaven. I hope this video is good for you. If you've got any questions, if you have any comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I appreciate you for listening.